Texas parents Tamisha and Rodney Jackson claimed that after giving birth at home and deciding to treat their one-day-old baby at home for jaundice, their pediatrician reported them to the authorities, starting a chain of events that led the brief arrest of Rodney Jackson. The baby is given to the foster family. Cheryl Edinburgh, the couple's midwife and licensed professional counselor, told CBS News that the Jacksons, who have 2 older children and live in DeSoto, a Dallas suburb, chose to give birth at home after Tamisha Jackson had 2 previous cesarean sections. Edinburgh said he first began providing care to the Jacksons in September 2022 through the Tree of Life Health Center. Their daughter, Mila Jackson, was born on March 21, 2023. The Jacksons declined to speak to CBS News, but Edinburgh said Mila was born at home in the family's bathtub, describing the birth as beautiful. Edinburgh said there were no signs of jaundice in the first 24 hours. The midwife, who said that she was present in more than 100 births, said that she had checkups 3 and 5 days after Mila's birth. On March 24, the Jacksons sent their daughter to their pediatrician of 12 years, Dr. brought it to Anand Bhatt's office. At a press conference on Thursday, the Jacksons described the visit as a neonatal checkup. Press conference NON and AFIYA Center KK 812FD, the AFIA Center April 6, 2023. At this visit, we were told everything is fine, she looks great, the only thing is that she has jaundice. A statement submitted by the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services states that Bhatt contacted the agency on March 25. DFPS investigator Brenda Martinez spoke to Bhatt and told her in an interview that a bilirubin test, used to find it, told her. It showed bilirubin levels of 21.7 milligrams, the cause of health conditions such as jaundice, anemia, and liver disease. Bhatt told Martinez that this level is of great concern and could lead to brain damage as bilirubin can cross the blood-brain barrier. According to website of American Academy of Pediatrics, any level above 20 milligrams in a baby Mila's age at time means baby needs treatment. The DFPS said they could not comment on the case. A representative of Bhatt's practice declined to comment, citing patient confidentiality. Bhatt is also a board-certified pediatrician affiliated with Baylor Scott and White Medical Center and other local medical facilities. Edinburgh did not join Jackson's at the pediatrician's office, but said Tamisha Jackson called him shortly after leaving office to provide information on bilirubin levels because Edinburgh was still their caregiver. Edinburgh told CBS News that he considers bilirubin levels to be high but not critical. The Mayo Clinic website says mild infant jaundice usually goes away on its own, but warns that in moderate or severe cases, children may need to be hospitalized. Home remedies for jaundice include enhanced nutrition, light therapy with special devices, or blood transfusions. Edinburgh said the family had already ordered a blanket and glasses to provide light therapy. Phototherapy can be done at home or in hospitals. It is made at home using a blanket, also known as bilibadinate, that uses fiber optics to bathe the baby's skin with light, according to the instructions from Kaiser Permanente, a healthcare provider for treating jaundice at home. According court documents, when Martinez spoke Bhatt, she told him that he had decided book a bed for Mila at Dallas Children's Medical Center after the Jacksons' visit and asked the family bring her there. He said told the family that he would call the police for a checkup if didn't show up. On March 24, Bhatt warned that she was against what she thought we should do for her child, and that her parents would call the Family and Protective Services Department if they didn't bring Mila to the hospital. Anand Bhatt. Baylor, Scott, and White Health, we woke up when the police knocked on our door. According to documents, Rodney Jackson refused to speak them without a contract, and both Martinez and the officers left. Court documents say the outcome of the welfare check is unknown. An hour later, Martinez returned home with officers, a fire truck and an ambulance to transport boy, according to Martinez's notes in the affidavit submitted by DFPS. Rodney Jackson again refused to open door and the officers left house again. Documentation shows that a program director from DFPS approved the removal of the 4-day-old baby. A supervisor directed Martinez to take custody of Mila, because her health is at risk of serious long-term consequences. According to court documents, Rodney Jackson called Bott after the visit, saying he was very upset and that he and his wife planned to take care of their baby naturally. He also reportedly told Bott that they do not believe in modern medicine. According to the DFPS statement, Bott said he understood. But their doctor warned them to go to the hospital once again. Cheryl Edinburgh on April 6. The Jacksons said at the press conference that they had been traumatized by these first visits. Tamisha Jackson said, "We were traumatized. We woke up at 400 and 500 in the morning when the police knocked on our door. On March 30th, the officers returned home with a search warrant." Court documents show that he was charged once with possession of drug paraphernalia and once with obstructing the conduct of a civil case. The Jacksons Edinburgh said that when Rodney Jackson was detained, his keys were removed and that police entered the house took Mila from Tamisha Jackson. Since then, the baby has been in foster care. Tamisha Jackson said, "I called my husband and told him there was police outside. He immediately turned around and went back to the house. 6 policemen greeted him and asked him to let them into our house, and they had a letter in their hands. My husband said he wouldn't let them into the house, but he said could do whatever they had to do if we're allowed to take their keys and arrest husband for illegally breaking into my house and taking baby." Tamisha Jackson said at the press conference that she afraid her baby was stolen because the child born at home and does not yet have a birth certificate. Tamisha and Rodney Jackson on April 6. A DeSoto Police Department spokesperson told CBS News on Saturday that their officers did not take babysitters from the couple. According spokesperson, DeSoto police were first called to home on March 25 for welfare concerns, at request of Child Welfare Services, because CPS investigators were concerned about child's health, according statement. Baby. According a police spokesperson, Rodney Jackson refused to speak officers or CPS investigators that day, so the officers and investigators were separated. CPS investigators advised that they would receive a letter to obtain custody of child and that Dallas County Police Department served order to parents and took custody of child, statement said. No police action after March 25 involved the DeSoto Police Department. This loving, caring family is terrified. The arrest warrant used to justify Mila's dismissal does not include Tamisha Jackson's name. It lists a different woman as the child's mother and a different man as the child's legal father. Rodney Jackson has been called the baby's pseudo-father. Edinburgh, who was present at birth, said Mila's parentage was not disputed and the family did not know fit people. CBS News does not name the people in the document. They gave a letter without her name on it, doesn't live there. They don't even know who she is, Edinburgh said. But they took her baby with a statement with name on it. The family was supposed to hold a hearing on their child on April 6, but was delayed to April 20, 2 weeks later, due confusion over who would represent the Jackson family. Edinburgh said Tamisha Jackson was able to see her child on supervised visits once a week. The Afia Center, a reproductive birth justice organization that represents Jacksons in Texas, hosted the press conference, called events a direct attack on mothers' parents, black families' midwifery, especially midwives, in a statement shared with CBS News. Our state already has a brutal record of removing black children from their homes, with dire consequences. Now this loving, caring family fears they will fall into that category, the organization said. We are committed to improving maternal and infant health outcomes and families like the Jacksons. We support midwives and the tremendous role they play in improving maternal, antenatal and infant health. We are outraged by this blatant violation of this family's right to choose their healthcare options, and we stand in solidarity with them.